But that is a technique within crowd work of like, you ask someone, how long you been married? And they're like, 2 years. Like, oh, I've been married 3 years. Let me tell you this. And they have material about
But that's not really crowd work.
Ah.
That's just leading into a story.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, crowd work is to me is having a conversation.
Ahoy, Hot Breathiverse! Welcome back to the Hot Breath Podcast, the show where you learn comedy from the pros. I am comedian Joel Byers. Hey! That is my dog Guinness. And today we are diving into the top 5 crowd work tips from Bagg, who is known as one of the top crowd work comics in the world. So buckle up, take notes, and here we go. Hot breath. What was the process of developing that skill set? And let's get into the weeds here, because crowd work is something comedians are like scared of, and they may dip their toe and be like, oh, never mind. So like, if we could break down even just from like a beginner all the way to now a pro of like developing the skill set of crowd work.
Well, first of all, I think a lot of guys I'm going to ask this question. They're going to say that, and then I'm going to say this. They practice crowd work, which I don't think you can practice crowd work. The only way to practice crowd work is go to someplace and ask somebody a question and see how they respond. That's the only way you can do it. And I've always been that guy that's kind of just started conversations with people in the middle of nowhere, you know. Even though as I've gotten older, I don't talk to anybody on a plane or anything like that. But it takes learning conversation. It takes being able to listen to somebody to give an answer to. You know, there's nothing worse when I watch a guy do crowd work and he has the prepared answer and hasn't heard what they've said. And it just makes no sense at all. What do you do? I'm a mechanic. Lawyers are dicks.
Right, yeah. They have them in the chamber. They almost like try to steer them into material in a sense. But that is a technique within crowd work of like, you ask someone, how long you been married? And they're like, 2 years. Like, oh, I've been married 3 years. Let me tell you this. And they have material about
But that's not really crowd work.
Ah.
That's just leading into a story. Yeah, crowd work is to me is having a conversation. Having a conversation is how long you've been married. Let me tell you about what. Yeah, that's basically banter that a band would have. Hey Jerry, how long you been playing the bass? 14 years. That's funny. Remember 14 years ago we started. You know, that's basically that. Yeah, crowd work is when it can go sideways and you don't care and can still make something out of it.
What is the most sideways? What's the most sideways?
Oh, I go all the time. Like the last time I was here, a guy was throwing bananas at the comics before me.
What?
And they didn't kick him out, and I went on stage. It went sideways from there. They wanted to fight me like that. That kind of sideways. Like it's. I've had a girl pass out in the middle of the show and hit her head. Like, you know, I had a guy have a seizure, and like that kind of the sideways where you should think everything stops, but you're able to keep the balls moving. You can be concerned about them. They can be taken care of, and they leave, and then you keep the show going. Like that kind of sideways, you know, that kind of. I love when I say to somebody, "Are you married?" "My husband's dead." You know, that kind of thing. You know. Now you got to take that and like that goes sideways. People death will throw a real weird wrench into a show. No time.
Show.
Yeah. So you got to be able to, you know, that kind of thing. You got to be prepared for anything. You know, it's like flying a plane. You got to be prepared for anything. So and the big thing is about making people able to escape, letting her escape from her husband being dead. If you can get her to escape from that, the rest of the crowd's going to follow.
So you lean into that when someone says my husband's dead, you like, oh, what? You go like, what happened? Or?
I'm like, how long?
How
long's he been dead for? So you're single? All right. You know what I mean?
Right.
You leave your money? Because I'll call my wife right now.
And then boom, you're out of
something stupid like that.
Something stupid but effective.
Yeah. Something stupid, but something to make her laugh. You know, just because people are there to laugh, to escape. You know, sometimes people they're just not there to have fun at all, which makes me. I'm just like, you've been tricked into this by your friends, and you couldn't just stay in the car while they came in and had a great time.
Yeah,
you had to bring it down for everybody. But I don't know, it's just having fun, right?
The energy you put out, though.
Yeah.
Of like, if you put out a fun energy, then the audience will kind of reflect that back to you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it doesn't matter if you can be the darkest person in the comic in the world. If you're having fun with it,
Have fun.
like Stanhope's, he's insane, but he's having fun, right?
Right.
There's a reason they get on that trip. There's no that he doesn't get that if he's cranky. It's not fun. You know, it's fun. Doesn't matter. Oh, you know, even Mark Maron, who's the crankiest son of a bitch ever. It's fun. Like, his crankiness is fun. You know what I mean? And he's having fun with being able to, you know what I mean? So it's the guys that aren't having fun up there that don't go anywhere.
Well, there it is, Hot Breathiverse. The top 5 crowd work tips from the top crowd work comic. Subscribe if you'd like to support the show. And then watch more videos to get even more comedy tips. And stop sucking at comedy. Go ahead, click it.